Okay, I'm recording this video for my little cousins who want to check out the Minecraft world, so gonna show you what it's all about here. So I've been played for a little bit, so it might just be a little bit of rediscovery of the world, but just kind of walk you through what I've all put together. There's a lot that I've done over the years, and it's not the most incredible Minecraft world ever, but it's what I've made, which is fun. So I'll run you through it. This is my little robot looking guy. Did a custom skin on him, but we got some pretty good armor. We've got the elytra, which lets us fly around, and that's pretty much all you need to know at the moment. But right now the sun is setting over the world, and you can see my main base down there at the moment. So obviously a lot of build-up going on, and I'll try to walk you through it pretty quickly. But because the sun is about to set, I think we can go to bed here and wait for the next day. So we're standing right now on top of one of the farms that I built. You can actually go right down here and just go right into the water, and you can hear the farm running down below. It actually farms gunpowder, but I'll fly down and we'll go kind of into the main part of the base first. So this is my Nether portal and the farm over here. And then I have all sorts of other farming equipment in this area, you know, pumpkins, little internal wheat farm. Got some, oh shoot. Gotta do some, well, I'll come back to that later. Accidentally fell on the wheat there. But this is the original base that I made. It's been changed around a little bit, but this little hut was the first one that I made, and I made a ladder up to a tower here where I could look around. Of course, there wasn't as much built up when I was first starting, so obviously there's a lot now. That area over there where we were was what we were standing on top of. You actually can't see it very well. You can probably see it up there. That's where we were originally. But yeah, so I made this little tower. I've made it a little nicer, and since I first made it. But yeah, this was where the original bed was, and then I decided that I needed to have a little bit more space, so I dug into the underground. And that's what you'll see down here. This is the original mine shaft, so that just goes down into the mines. But this is now the kind of main base area. So you'll see I've got all my nice organization here, with all the different types of equipment. So, you know, I don't know, redstone stuff and different types of trees, food. This is all gunpowder related things. You know, as the game gets updated too, I've had to add more to this. Not automated yet or anything like that. Got some of the storage blocks. This is actually a map of the area that we're in, so you can see this is where we started down here, looking down, and this is the map of the zone, which is pretty fun. This is like the main base is a Jerry here. I have a nice little underwater, you know, aquarium that I can look out. Got some nice tropical fish in here. And this is a newer addition to the game. You can tame these ghasts. He's hanging out up there. A little chicken farm thing that just gives me cooked chicken, which is nice. And I guess before moving too far out of this space, I'll go back in here. So this whole thing is a auto smelter that can smelt down things into iron pretty quickly. You drop a bunch of ore into this chest, and you need a bunch of coal to put into that, and then when you want it to run, I'm not sure if I have any ore that I need to smelt down at the moment, but you click this button and it runs, and there's a bunch of furnaces on this side that would light up if you needed to smelt anything. and then they all drop down into this this chest. So this has a little bit of iron in here. This is the trash can. You can burn whatever you need in here. Do I have any trash at the moment? Yeah, got some rotten flesh that I don't need. Oops. Didn't quite get it. I think it's Q to drop things. There we go. Yeah. A little bit of an armor setup here. I've got a fun little auto armor equipper here. If you ever need to have, like if you don't have any armor on at all, check this out. You can come in here, stand right here, watch your guy, boom, fully auto equipped with armor, which is kind of interesting. So I'll take all these guys off. Okay, so I gotta put this back. This is the legs. There we go. This is the pants. What else do I have? Oh, a helmet, right. There we go. Yeah, this is just the back to that machine, so lots of redstone in here. And then this is where I keep my fairies. There's a bit of an airlock here, so got some of these fairies, still trying to figure out really what to do with them. But they hang out in here, trying to find a new home for them. But they're just being kept safe there for the moment. So yeah, here's the auto smelter and the iron situation. One of the interesting things about this area is that the farm outside actually runs into this chest for sugarcane, which is nice for making paper. So this farm out here, this auto farm, if you were to watch it, it sends, well, it didn't do it that time actually, but if you had sugarcane going down there, it would run down, you might be able to beat it back, and run into the main. You might be able to hear it here. Yeah, it starts going, and it puts the sugarcane in here, but there's a big underground water system that brings that sugarcane automatically over, so it runs down this whole area and brings it into the main base. So, you know, there's some very complicated redstone, not complicated, but just when I was learning redstone, just to bring all that sugarcane over to this box, which is kind of fun. What else is in this kind of base area? Oh, I've got a skylight. There's a kind of a secret entrance here to get down into an underground cave that I've been building that, again, don't really have a reason for yet, but I could turn this into something eventually. There's some, you know, I've just left the ores here because I don't really need them at this point in the game anymore. Yeah, obviously there's like a little bit of a secret entrance here to get to the back side of that. What else? So there's a couple of things. Obviously going down into the mines isn't super interesting, it's just mines. What else is in the base here? So I've got a, what are these things called? A beacon? This is just speeding me up at the moment. Might actually just change it to regeneration because, I don't know, I think I have to keep it on speed. But that's why I'm a little bit quicker around the base. This was kind of like a secondary like bedroom base that I made. This houses the dog, secondary bed, got some other map making. This is the main world map room as well. So this is what I've mapped out. So you can see the home base here, very zoomed out view, and then I have a water house all the way down here, which I'll show you. And there's a working minecart that goes all the way from this home base all the way down to the water base, which is pretty crazy. And then I have a I have a beach house all the way over here. It's probably hard to see, but I could fly over there. Got a parrot. This is the map making room. Oh, it's also a diving board if you want to dive back into the underground base. So what else is in this area? This was an old farm for, I forget what it was. It was an XP farm, I think, but it doesn't function anymore, so I actually got to take that down. Big pit of lava here that I use for a couple things. Just keep the sheep and cows here. Nothing crazy for them. Got a little bee farm here with all the flowers set up so I can collect some honey from these bees. Don't really do it a whole lot, but they just kind of hang out here underneath this nice cherry tree. Cherry blossom, I should say. Got a little like XP slinger thing here that is supposed to give me some XP. If you look at my XP bar, I just got some down there. I just gained an XP level from that. This is kind of an invention of my own creation. That is a obsidian farm, which obviously it takes a while to mine the obsidian, but it's quicker than pretty much anything else. So you can get 4 obsidian pretty quick here. It just dispenses buckets of lava into this flowing water from this zone, and I've got these lava drippers here that gives me basically infinite lava, which is nice. I just throw these buckets in here, and that's what makes this little farm work. Okay, it's becoming nighttime, so I'm gonna get back into the base real quick because I haven't played for a while. So my do I have my elytra on? Oh, I don't. There we go. Yeah, my combat skills are not going to be very good, so I'd rather just sleep through the night. Okay. So we'll go back over to where we were. We were just getting out of the lava farm here. So this is a fun kind of invention of my own creation as well. This is a very complicated XP farm. I mean, I didn't make this up myself, but basically this farms bamboo, and this side over here farms cactuses, and then they all come together in these 2 furnaces over here to give me experience. So I believe the way it has to work is I have to wait for it to, I think I have to lock these or something, and then I can get XP by taking something out over here, and I'll gain a bunch of XP. So that might happen here if we let these farms go. The way that this little thing works, this is kind of what I created. It's a little status bar of how far along these are. So it might fill up here. We're at 2 status. If once it gets to the top, it will send a minecart out down below. Oops. Down below here. It will send this minecart out, which is starting to get full here. I'll send it over to the XP farm. So yeah, it went up to 3 there. And I believe this is also a indicator of sorts. Forget actually what it's indicating me on, if I'm being honest. Maybe it's a clock. I forget what it tells me. It's obviously a pretty complicated situation. I'll have to think about what what that does. Huh, something's burning. Very interesting. What did I put below here? Some sort of mad genius setup. What is going on? There's a clock running here. We're spitting something out, clearly. Okay, we've got the green dye here. That's what's happening. So it was set up so that this never ran out of or it never filled up basically. So let me show you. So basically there'll be a bunch of XP in one of these if I, oh. So yeah, just drop some off. So now I believe I've locked the hoppers below, so it will leave one of these here. So currently I'm level 2, and now I'm level 26. That's kind of how that works. So that helps with crafting and things like that. And I believe if I put the bamboo here, yeah, it gets pooped out down below and gets burned. So it's kind of like an automatic trash can. So this is probably the part of the base that actually might have took the longest over here. This is all the villager farm setup. Man, this is crazy. So what do I have here? This over here is the villager breeder. I can make more villagers. Don't exactly remember how it works, but I can make more villagers in here. And that has been a pretty successful operation, as you'll see, because I have a lot of villagers with jobs. So all these guys are in here. They can do their jobs. I've got pretty much masters of every craft in here. So there's rows and rows of them, and they'll sell me good items for very cheap. So this guy sells infinity, for example. Whole nother row here. And a whole nother row here. All their jobs are denoted by the block in front of them. Like this guy, I believe, is a leather worker, and this guy will be a smith. Yeah. And these chests just contain extra inventory that I need. This is where I get all my, money, trading, things like that. And if you thought this was crazy, just wait, because there's a whole nother level down here of more of them. So, because you need these villagers to trade for the best items, so it's pretty important. So I've got a whole additional dungeon of villagers down here, and they can all be kept safe pretty quickly by flipping these switches. You can see that all of these traps come up and protect them if we were to get invaded or anything. This is where I can zombify villagers, so that's how you get the better trades out of them. It's a whole system. And then I believe I'm actually forgetting. I think if you were to go down here, sort of just where I kind of keep some additional villagers down here that are in the wings waiting to get a job. It's beneficial to keep them in minecarts because they don't run away. So that's the reason why they're like that. Just some traps and things to deal with the villagers because they're kind of annoying when they're running around. But yeah, that's the villager setup. And then probably the last thing that I can show in this area, well, a couple of things, I guess. I'll go and show the iron farm over here. So yeah, see, this is filling up. We're at 5 now. Wild horse here. So yeah, this setup still works. This is an iron farm that spawns iron golems, and they fall into this pit with the lava. And I should have a chest down here with a bunch of iron in it. Yep. Lots and lots of iron falling into these, which is very nice. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the overworld. Oh, there's one more thing to show. So if I run over here, oh, I guess I should show this off. This is a this is just a stone farm. So you can just sit here, and the stone comes back. Cobblestone farm, I should say. And then if you come down here, you look in this chest, and you have a bunch of cobblestone. So that's pretty nice if you need to farm some cobblestone. Then you must be asking yourself, why are there books in this tree? That's because this is my secret, not so secret, enchanting tree. So you can come in here and grab your enchanting materials, your lapis lazuli, whatever. When you have a bunch of levels, you can come up into this tree and look at the nice view. I guess I've kind of blocked it off with my cactus farm at this point, but do your enchanting here with all the books, and if you need to disenchant, you can use the grindstone. One of the fun parts that I did over here, though, was I believe it's maybe these two buttons. Create a secret staircase that will put itself back, and this actually leads down to the backside of the underground base down here. So we're kind of right back in the home, and if you want to go out this back route, you can come through this door, kind of a secret back passageway. You hit both the buttons, the staircase extends and puts itself away, just like that. So that's kind of the main overworld base. I do think it's worth showing off the insane minecart path that I've traveled, or that I've created, so let's do that real quick. This will get us over to the water base. So you get your minecart, sit in this, click the button, and away you go. So this will take us all the way down to the water base. That's where we started up there. Actually, oh, the sun is right there, so we may actually want to get off and go to sleep real quick and do this in the morning. So that we don't get killed. That's the nice part about having this aquarium here is that you can just you can fly right into it and not take damage, because you don't take damage in water from fall damage anyways. So let's set this up, and now we can go. Got that door that automatically retracts back there, which is pretty interesting. Okay. So we'll go on this nice little trip in the minecart. Hopefully don't get blocked by any. Sometimes like wolves and pigs and stuff will stand in the way, and that's the only thing that will stop it. Go on a nice little trip to the water base. Oh, there's some wolves that sometimes can get in the way. Oh, underneath the cow. Let's go. So obviously not super built up, but it's a fully powered rail. I forget how you go into screenshot. You go into first or third person. Oh well, doesn't really matter. I'm a first person gamer. On top of some mushrooms here, underneath some trees, and you can kind of see the water basin in the distance here. We're getting into the bog. You'll understand why it's called the water base. Maybe it's called water home. It's certainly water themed. Water house, because I think I put a WH in the sky. so that it would show up on the maps. So if you see that on the map, it says WH. But we'll actually go in underwater here. And just like that, we are at the water house. So fully underwater in this house here, which is cool. So you can see the map. There's the WH. Of course, I put the mine cart right underneath it, so it looks a little bad. But yeah, this is just like the little fishing hut. So you come out from underwater here. Got some squids in this zone. But yeah, pretty cool, you know, fully functioning minecart to get here. And then we can actually probably just fly home much quicker than taking the minecart, because we have the elytra here. How's the elytra doing? Oh, it's fine. Just from playing in this world, I have a bunch of these, that's the zone there over there, but a lot of these towers just kind of throughout the world that tell me which direction to go. Not very pretty, but it's like home is kind of this way. So we'll get back into the main base here. And then I'll show you the, I do have some gold on, so we can go into the Nether here. So you got a little Nether hut here. I should show this quickly before going too far, but did do the, I don't know if it's an exploit or a mechanic, but to get on top of the end, or not the end, the Nether. Which if you come all the way up here and then come over here, you can actually get up on top of the Nether, which is pretty weird. But this is one of the ways that you can travel really far in the game, because every block you travel in this world is about 8 in the overworld, so you can get moving pretty quick. But that is pretty valuable when you can figure that out in the Nether for traveling quickly. There's a couple farms in the Nether that I have here. This is just like a little base, and you can see that where that ladder is to get up there. The thing I use the most in the Nether is actually over here, which I'll show you. And you do have to kind of be careful in the Nether, because the gas can spawn and be a nuisance. Okay, so we want to go over here. And so what we'll be doing over here is a piglin farm. Yeah, there's the gas. Kind of a hassle. So what you do here, you get up in this section right here, and this is kind of the where everything lands. But this is, I believe, a gold farm. That's the main purpose of doing it. But you kind of hit one of these guys, piss them all off, get them to come over here. They all fall down in here. Get a bunch of them to come down here. You get a bunch of XP, obviously. And then they will drop a bunch of gold stuff here that you can then craft up pretty quickly. I think I still, yeah, you kind of have to wait them out for a while because they'll be mad for a long time. So they'll all spawn in and be mad at me for a long time down here. Have to wait for a bunch of them to fall in. But it's pretty safe, and you get a bunch of gold out of it by doing this. So that's the gold farm. I think I should be fairly safe at this point to leave, but I don't know. This might be a disaster. Let's see, are they mad at me over here? Nah, I'm fine. Boy, there's a lot of them over here, isn't there? These guys weren't told about the crimes I just committed. Yeah, and then the only other thing to talk about is the end portal that I have, which we just need to follow this path over here. And there's obviously a lot more exploration that I've done, but this is the majority of what I've built. Oh, don't be on fire. Okay. Let's get some. Oh yeah, that's one thing that I forgot to bring in, was just a block. Normally I travel with a bunch of dirt, but I haven't done that, so maybe what I'll do is I'll just get a bunch of netherite real quick. This stuff gets mined really quick. Okay. It's always good to have a block on you in Minecraft, just in case you need it. I should probably put my shield back on too. Keep accidentally hitting the elytra. So this is the portal that gets me back to the overworld. That will then turn into the end. So I have this little section here that gets me down to the end portal. Down here. And I believe I can sleep right now. I've already beat the Ender Dragon, so nothing to do there, but I will show you. I've got a pretty interesting setup in the end. So this is a really good XP farm, and also a Eye of Ender farm. Sorry, Charlotte's making a little bit of noise here. But this might be a little bit loud, so be careful. So the way this works is you have to look at the Enderman, and then they all come down like this. Looking them in the eyes anymore, so but yeah, then oh well, that's interesting. A bunch of eyes of Ender will come down there, which is pretty nice. I think I need to pick this up. Let me think I might have messed it up. How do you get that out? There we go. And then I need to set it up right here, I believe. Yep, there we go. Boom. And it's back in functioning order. But that's basically how that works, which is pretty useful. And this is obviously the end. But what I will do is probably just jump back into the main portal. Try not to look at any Enderman in the eyes. That will get me back here, and then the route home is pretty simple. You go up the bubble path. You get back into the end portal here. And then you just gotta go the reverse route to get back to the main Nether base. Still have my gold on, which you need when you're in the Nether, or else the piglins will get mad at you. And whammo, we're right back at the home base here. And home sweet home. From the end to back to home, just like that. So hope you enjoyed my little tour of the world that I've created so far. And yeah, I think that's about it. If there's anything else I forgot to cover, I'll have to tell you about it next time. Bye. Oh wait, there's one little section that I did forget to cover. Little bonus segment here, which is, of course, the I told you about it here, which is the beach house, which we can just check out quickly. Not super cool, but somewhat interesting, I suppose. I'll just fly over there quick. Everything should be healed up because I just did all that XP farming. There's a big ocean over here that you can see on the map. Where did I get another shield from? I'll pick one up. Oh yeah, there it is over here. I built the beach house next to a above water shipwreck. So my first time coming over here, I actually was just coming over on the boat. Have a little dock here. But yeah, I just made a house on stilts over here with a you know, just a little bed and a couple of like map making pieces of equipment. There's a whole additional mine here. You know, mine's not too much to write home about. A little bit of a sheep farm situation, but yeah, that's kind of it. Over here, nothing too much. Just cool that it's on the water. Got some coral reefs out front. And if I ever get lost, I can always set down my ender chest here. And I've got some pretty good equipment in this to help me out. There's a llama on this mountain. So I actually have a compass to the overworld base here. The nether base and the woodland mansion both don't work because I'm not in the nether, but got some shulker boxes and things like that with all sorts of equipment that I need. Gearbox, that's just an extra one. This box of life is kind of like everything you would need to survive, which is pretty nice. I do have my silk touch on, so you know, have that whole situation set up. And yeah, I do know based on looking on the compass again that the home base is in this direction. It's really not that far anyways. And once you see the giant tower of the gunpowder farm, I guess I didn't really show you what was at the bottom of the gunpowder farm. This whole circle thing is meant to spawn spiders and creepers inside. Well, I think it's actually mainly creepers. And then they all fall down in the middle here and get burned to bits and drop gunpowder. So there's a lot of gunpowder in there, which is good. You do get a couple spiders here and there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I will now say my goodbyes. And yeah, see you next time.